Hello, welcome back. I brought the little mascot kerosene stove outside, and what we're going to do is we're going to replace these worn out wicks. So I'm just going to take this off. And down here I'm going to lift out this catalytic converter, which exposes the burner. I'm gonna make sure the little groove is all cleared out. And I got a new wick I'll show you, and I'll get them cut and put in here, and I'll bring it back. We're going to actually light this thing up today. Okay, I went online and I bought this wick. It's a 6 foot long roll. As you can see here, I used the old wick to get my length, but I got it down in there in the track. Right there's where it joins up. And I'll get that and do these other two. And then we're going to put some fuel in the font, and we're going to fire one of these burners up and see what happens here. Be right back. I wanted to come back here and show you. Meanwhile, these just lift right up out of the burner, and then I'll clean this out. Like I said, right there's what it'll look like with the new one. So we'll lift this one off also, this catalytic converter. I don't think this thing's been used in many years, but they are safe to use as long as you follow simple safety procedures. And buying a 6 foot roll will allow me to change these wicks out one more time. So once they burn down, I'll have enough to do it one more time. So I'll get them in and we'll load the font and see what happens. Okay, I filled the glass tank a little over halfway. And that's good enough for what we're doing. And here's the little screw on top plunger. When it sits down in the thing, it'll push up and allow the kerosene to go through. I made a new cork gasket for that. And we're going with this clean heat. It's about $10 for a gallon of this. But as you can see, no odor and good heat, and safer to use in storing than kerosene. Whereas it's kind of on the expensive side, but for the purpose of this stove, that's what I'm going to use in it. So this just gets screwed on here, and it'll set down in the holder. And then I'm going to turn on one of the valves, because you do not adjust the height of the wick in this stove. It's the flow of the kerosene that adjusts the flame. Now my other one is an Ivanhoe out here, and I'm in the process of working on the wicks to it, but it does adjust by the wick on the Ivanhoe, but not this model. So let me get her going here, and I'll bring you back again. And if you like what you're seeing, sub up. Okay. She bubbled away there a little bit, filled this line here up that comes across, and I think I'm going to choose the center one. So we'll open that up a little bit and see what happens here. We'll leave that wick get wet first, good and saturated, and then I'll light this baby off. Okay, I left that clean heat get down in through here. And you can see the wick is saturated, and you tilt that back, take a match and light that. So it's going to take 2 hands, so I'm going to have to do that off camera. But what we'll do is we'll open up the knob a little bit, and these are kind of neat. It's just like a little needle seat that it screws down into to tighten. And I'm gonna open up about maybe a quarter of a turn, and we'll get our lid here and see what happens. Okay, I got her open about a quarter of a turn. And you can see there's fire comes up out there, but way down in there you won't be able to see it because of the camera. But there is blue flame down on top of that wick. And that's with it only open about a quarter. I'll just set a pan of water on here. Man, this baby is warm. So we're gonna wait here and see how long it takes for that pan of water to get a boil to it. It's a little breezy out here today, so it's kind of blowing around a little bit. But I still think we'll have success here. Well, this was cold tap water when I started, and we're about 4 minutes in, and it's steaming and getting ready to boil. And that's with the knob only open about 1/8 of a turn. I got her out here in the yard. I didn't want to experiment in the house with this crazy thing. So there you have it. This is the mascot one. And I'm not really going to clean it up. I might oil this top a little bit against the rust, but I think it's going to be pretty neat to bring out the cast iron pan and make something on it. But you know, in a grid down scenario, if you got enough fuel put back, you cook quite a while on one of these things. So I'm gonna sit out here and enjoy the nice day. Hope you all having a nice day. The garden's over yonder, and we're cooking. And I'll be back and we'll do a cooking video. We'll bring out a skillet, maybe some bacon or something fried up. But till then, blessings to everybody, and stay woke up, question everything, and don't believe half of what you're hearing. With that said, we're going to end this here video. And we'll see you in the next one with this stove, and we'll actually be cooking some food on it.